I think so. Okay, here we go. Good morning. Hello, everyone. So happy to be here with you. Here I am. Hi. I'm getting ready to set up, or I'm getting ready. I'm ready for you. I have been up a few times today, but I'm so glad to be with you bright and early. I am taking off time from my regular day job to hang out with you all day, and I can't wait. I am Lisa Harden coming to you live from a very beautiful day. Oh, it's turning overcast in Boise, Idaho. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and one of the things that means is that I sell all of the beautiful products I'll be showing you today, plus thousands more. And today is a very fun day because it is a product launch day, a big product launch. The annual catalog, the new annual catalog goes live to customers today. Lots of products are now available to demonstrators that weren't available in pre-order. And we're all having a lot of fun. And guess what? I can show you the catalog now with my notes. I can look through the catalog and refer to things with you. I can't wait. If you want your own copy of this catalog and you haven't shopped with me before, but you aren't shopping with another demonstrator, just let me know. Send me a private message with your address, and I'd be happy to get one out to you. And there's Lori. I don't know who's going to come in. This is not my regular time. So I normally go live with complimentary online classes Thursday at 7 and Sundays at 4. That is Mountain Time. But again, I'm going to be live with you 3 times today. You might get sick of me. No, that's not possible. So anyway, I'm so glad to be here with you today, and we are going to craft all 3 times. Plus, I'll show you some little need-to-know items in the catalog and online as well. Case in point, this is a new bundle. It's a hybrid embossing bundle, and we'll talk about what that means. It is only available online. Sorry, I needed some refreshment. And anyway, it's only online, so you will not find it in this catalog. So please don't look for it in the catalog. You'll find a lot of good things in there, but you won't find this particular bundle. And let me just move on up here because I want you to be able to see the item numbers. Should you just want to shortcut looking online, you can shop with me directly with the link in the description of this video. Might be up above if you're watching YouTube, might be down below if you're watching Facebook. But anyway, these are the items. So the bundle price is a 10% discount versus buying them separately. Okay. And the dies, you will see the dies are more expensive than a normal just die set. But again, it's a hybrid embossing folder. It's very fun. That is mostly what I'm playing with this morning, are the dies in the embossing folder. But don't worry, because we will use some of the brilliant stamps. So as you're coming in, just like all the lovely stampers you see, please say hello, whether you're coming to me live or on replay. I know my eye looks a little wonky. It's been pollen central here, like with lots of you in spring, and you know what? It just gets to me a little bit. So I know I sound congested, and I am. It's allergies, thank goodness. I don't know, is that a good thing? But right now in beautiful Boise, Idaho, it is flowering tree time, and while they are so gorgeous, along with the purple lilacs, I think I'm most allergic to these things. So anyway, thank you for joining me this morning. And like I said, I'm just really excited. I know I'm smiling like a lunatic, but it's because I've been up. I've been up since midnight. No, I got up at midnight. I slept for a little bit, then I got up at 11:50. Okay. Placed a very large, colorful order. My God, I can't wait until it comes here. Some of it's for you, my lovely customers. Some of it's, well, it's all for my lovely customers, but some of it's specifically for you, for classes you're taking with me. And some of it is just to show you all the lovely things. And then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up because, you know, I usually get up about 6. And so anyway, we'll see. Boy, by the last video today, I should be quite interesting. So stick with me. Let's see how this shakes out during the day. And let's just start with a little crafting, shall we? I want to talk you through this bundle. Again, it's called Sunrise Sailing, and these are the item numbers and the price. And please keep in mind, if you would like both, just order this with this number, 165497, because that gives you the 10% discount. Plus, don't forget that now any purchase over $20 gives you Stampin' Rewards of 10% back on your future purchases. You can use those Stampin' Rewards on your very next order, or you can save them up. They don't expire for a year. And again, we'll talk about that later as the day goes on. Oh, Debbie says she got up at 2 a.m. Just for fun to order? Which, Debbie? Okay, so here it is, the beautiful stamp set. All of these things kind of stand alone. So if you really are loving the stamp set and the dies not so much, just get the stamp set. It's great. Has these beautiful sentiments that will go with this set, but anything. Ahoy, you're destined for great things. Happy retirement. Best wishes. Congratulations. You deserve the best. Then you have some water images, which could be used for different things. I'm sure we will think of all sorts of ideas as the day goes on. But then a main ship, yacht. Some of you will correct me, I'm sure. A very cool seagull. I would say a seagull, some sort of sea bird. And then this actually colors the boat. And this gives you a really cool effect on the sails. So you can use all sorts of coloring technique or no coloring technique if you would like. But I will show you how those work in particular today. We'll fit in just as much as we can, but remember, this is going to be a little more abbreviated because I'm going live 3 times today. So then you also have the dies. There are 10 of them. Clouds. Did you know that I'm kind of a sucker for a cloud die punch? I am. It's a random thing, but I love it. Here, of course, is the ship that will cut out this image. Then you have 2 sizes that you can build, and again, I will show you how that works. These will cut out some very slim little birds, or you could actually use the negative, and I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. And then finally, you have 2 pieces that are really handy. We're going to cut these out. Again, these would be really versatile for any sort of grounding element. So they are waves, but if you wanted to use them for sand or just a horizon line, I think that you could easily work that into any of your scene cards. Okay, so then we have the hybrid embossing folder. This is what it looks like. It's this entire scene. You need do nothing more with this set than run a piece of cardstock through this embossing folder, slap it onto the front of a card. And that is just what I did. Let me find it. Now, do any of you demos that could order early, do you have this set already? Let me know. This is how I made this card. Look at it. It's nothing more than a couple pieces of cardstock, some pretty twine, and then some embellishments. Who recognizes these embellishments? You can let me know in the comments. But so this combination is Poppy Parade, Blueberry Bushel, and then I embossed a piece of basic white as well. I just put the basic white down here in the waves. And then I put the, I trimmed this 3 3/4 by 5 and ran it through the embossing folder as is. That's it. And I think it's gorgeous. And then you're destined for great things. Wouldn't that be nice to send to someone for graduation wishes? And it's that time. I was going to say it's about that time. No, Lisa, it's that time. Time flies. So anyway, it can be this simple, right? Or it can be more stepped up. We'll do a couple different varieties of items this morning, okay? Again, I'd like to play with all morning long with you. We have to abbreviate it just a little bit. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to, we're going to have kind of an indulgence, and we're going to emboss in this piece of glimmer paper because we can. I say it's an indulgence because usually we use embossing papers like our glimmer paper as kind of an accent, right? And then I thought, it can be the main thing. So this is pastel ombre glimmer paper. It is current, and it was an online exclusive from, I think, last month, 164851. Let me show you the whole sheets of it if I still have some. You get quite a bit. I think you get 2 sheets of 3 different colors, but there are so many colors in each ombre sheet. The list is long. Looks like 8 or 9 colors, and I won't go through all those now, but take a look at this beautiful piece of 12 by 12 paper. Wouldn't it be nice to just cut a strip or 2 of this and add it to a scrapbook page? Anything you want to do with this, you can do, and I'm going to show you that you can emboss this. You can run it through the embossing folder. You can cut it. So anyway, this is what that looks like, and I love some glimmer paper. Again, if you are coming in live, please say hello to me. And guess what? If you're coming in replay, I would still like to know about it, just so I know who's out here watching with me. I like that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do with this right off the bat. We're going to show you why this is called a hybrid embossing folder. It's called a hybrid because you can put dies in it, and it will cut and emboss at the same time. So it will, yeah, you can see that. I wanted to make sure I wasn't catching too much glare. If you put it on this side with the line, as soon as you place this down, it locks into place, okay? So I'm moving it around, and then it locks. It locks into place. So interesting. Let's see if the clouds, no, the clouds aren't going to lock. I think it's just that, which is great. Okay, and then we are going to lay this. I've already done this once, so I know I want this up to the top. And then I'm going to, you have to lay it this way just because of the way that die locks in there. But then I turn it over and make sure, is that how I want it? No, I want to scoot it over just a little bit more. We're just going to put it at the center. Of course, you don't have to center things, but okay. And then let's see. Oh, I like it already. Okay, and then I'm going to bring over my embossing folder just so you can, or my die cut machine, so you can see what the sandwich is, right? So the sandwich is the number 1 plate, and then the embossing folder itself with the number 4 dark gray plate. That's it. Put it in fold first. Okay, that is for all. That's true for all embossing folders. And right here, put that there, and then put your plate on top. Fold first. Run it through once. Don't run it back towards itself. And I'm telling you that because that will put stress on the fold of the embossing folder and could snap it. Okay, this is how it comes out. Now let me move this back out of our way. And there's Trish. Hi, Trish. Trish said she bought 2 cloud cover ink pads. All right. And okay, and so then let me see if I can show you what you'll see when you get it. It looks like this. Oh my gosh, the whole scene. And then the sailboat just pops right out. So you have the negative and the positive. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And so you can see all of the cool embossing, textural detail that is built into the embossing folder itself. With just one pass of the die cut. You don't have to cut it out, cut out the ship, and then place it specially. That's not what you have to do. Okay, so as I said, you can run it through without any dies, and when you do that, you will get an all-over image. Or you can do this. Let's put this up on a card base, shall we? Let's use the easiest one. Okay, so I'm going to grab, we'll just keep it basic for right now. Some basic white thick white. Is a little early. Kind of. I don't really know what time it is, right? And then it feels weird because it's a work day and I should be like working. So anyway, I'm sure the dogs are wondering, what the heck has she been doing? Probably not, now that I think that. Because you know what? I am somebody who does wake up. I go through good sleep periods and bad sleep periods, but right now I'm in a good sleep period. So when my Taylor Swift alarm went off at 11:50, I was kind of wondering what the heck I was doing. Then I thought of you, my lovely customers, and I hopped out of bed. Okay? All right, so we're going to just put that down right away. And it's so pretty. I think we can probably use seal on it. Let's give it a try. It shouldn't rip it up. For one thing, the glimmer paper is a different construction than just cardstock. It's a little bit thicker and probably has a few layers to it, in that it probably has a glimmer layer and then has a backing paper. I don't know that for sure. I am just guessing. Okay, and so we don't want to waste this beautiful, what we would call a negative space. It's not negative. It has this whole scene on it. So fun. So fast. We are going to put some more details in there, but I can see right now, I am going to be picky and want to put a little liquid glue on this. On these two pieces. Come on now. These two detailed pieces. So I'm trying not to twist it. And then let's just bring this in. What else was on your list, Trish? Trish is on my team, so we get to talk about all sorts of cool product. We're always enabling each other. Okay, that's really pretty. And now I want to look at this color legend on this ombre paper because I want to see, what is that? I bet it's lemon lolly, but I don't know that for sure. So let me just see here. Hold on now. Hold on. I'm wrestling a little bit. Could be lemon lime twist, but there's a lemon lime twist and a lemon lolly. Okay, so I am going to bring in lemon lolly, and I'm going to cut and emboss just the lemon lolly. All right, so let's see. Do I have some in my scrap? Probably. I don't know. I did use a couple of pieces. Oh, look, it's perfect. See, I should have been more positive. Okay, so now I'm going to bring that back in, the embossing folder and the die that cuts out the sailboat. But we're just doing a little piece of it because we just want the sailboat this time. Okay, now if you find that you're going to use, that you're just loving these backgrounds, every time you're cutting out the sailboat, just cut yourself a layer. As I said, this one's 3 3/4 by 5. Cut it so that it's a layer, and then you will have the positive and the negative every time. Okay, so again, come over to where this line is, open it up, and then lock that sailboat in place. Okay, and then put your paper over it. Close the book. Then I kind of, you can see me holding the cardstock in there. I take a look. I go, yeah, that's all right. A little close there, but that's okay. And then again, I'm running it this way first through the embossing folder. If you are just coming on, just replay and you'll see me actually die cutting on the camera so you can see what that looks like. Oh, Trish, you said you bought the Everyday Arches. Hey, everybody, Everyday Arches is back in stock. Okay? They've been out for a while. They were in, out, and then out. In, out, right? For just a little while. Okay, so even once this has been embossed, I can still do some stamping on it. So let's bring in, I want to show you on, where is it? On the stamp cover. What did I just do with it? I want to show you on the stamp cover what this is. Oh, here we go. All I could see was this. This is not going to work. Okay, it's this. And you go, what is that weird thing? It's to put some color very strategically on the sails. And I think you're going to love it because I do. And okay, then just like the sails, you can also put some coloring on the boat, but in a very cool way. It's not like solid. And so let's just do that. This is Lemon Lolly. So you know what? Just to show you some contrast, this is Darling Duckling. This is one of our new in colors. Let me see what it looks like before I stamp it. It's very green. I think I want to do, hi Bubby, Tango, Mr. Audiovisual Inspector. He heard the little ding on my, that little ding on the PC, Mac, whatever. I can't believe I said I had a PC. No, he heard that little dinging notification, and of course he wanted to come in here and check it out. It's weird because, whoops. Oh, sorry you guys. Okay, I've got to, I had a call. How about now? How about now? Come on. Sorry. I had a phone call. And so anyway, don't they know I'm live, for goodness sake? Don't my doctors know that? No, they do not. Okay, so anyway, we're taking this one with Daffodil Delight because I wanted to be able to show you the contrast. And Lemon Lolly is quite pretty, but it's hard to see. See how I'm coming up through, you can see right through it. So you want the mast coming up through this empty spot in the stamp. And then really just kind of check the bottom and make sure that it's placed along the lines of the boat. And then look how cool that is. I love it. It's got like, you know, it's got like movement. You could do that with your blends, but why not do it with the stamp? It's so much easier. Okay, and then where is the little boat? Here it is. It's hiding. Hiding right in front of me, that is. And then this is that one. Okay, this is that boat. And I know I'm trying to be able to show it to you, but I also have to come up over it, especially when it's little like this. I think I got it. Okay, good enough. Could have been a tiny bit down. But look at that. I think that's so clever and pretty. And just adds that amount of, little extra amount of interest. So now it's embossed and it's stamped. And oh, Trish reports they are on low inventory already. The arched dies. We are talking about everyday arches. I'm sorry, we're talking about these. So if you would like those, jump on over to thestampingzoo.com, hit the shop now tab, and do so. Okay, just type in everyday arches. It's an online exclusive. And so just type it into the search bar and it will come up. It does have a couple of coordinating stamp sets if you're interested. Let's see, this, I could put that there. I'm going to use a combination of standard sized dimensionals and minis. I do feel like it needs some support up there. And then on the boat, we're going to just let this thing shine, pop out. Now, you could also use, whoops, you could also use the negative or the ship that got cut out with the glimmer. Oh my gosh, the backings, I'm just pulling the backings off of these and not the actual thing. Are they stuck? No, they're just little. You could actually put this right back in there. I feel like it doesn't It's too much glimmer paper. Is that possible? Yes. And then I'm going to set this just slightly off so you see more white back behind it. But then of course it fits in. Now where are? Okay. I'm going to do this so you can see a little bit better. There we go. And so I'm just offsetting it the tiniest bit over here. Oh my gosh. I need to take the backing off. I really am a morning person, but this going live in the morning is, as I said, it's like a kind of a bizarro day. And then it was so sunny this morning. Now it's overcast. You guys, it's spring. I don't want to act like it should be surprising. It's not. It's like we're going to have a 50 temperature. We could possibly have a difference in our temperature this week of 50 degrees. What? And I don't like, Lisa doesn't like that high part. I'll take low. I'll take like lower, 40s, great. 90s, not so much. Look at this. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I love that you can still see all of the just great definition in there. Did anyone decide where is the first card? Did you decide what the embellishments are? I know you know them because they themselves were a hot ticket on the inventory list, and we do currently carry them. They're the red and white peppermints from this Christmas. And I used the red and white baker's twine. Also, it was part of a big reindeer suite. So adhesive backed peppermints, 164050. I think they're a perfect nautical embellishment. And then so is this, and it's real red. And I did use it with Poppy Parade. So I used a Poppy Parade card base and then real red embellishments. And I think it looks fine. So anyway, get your peppermints out, or you can order them, 164050. They're so fun. So here's another one we have. I'm torn. Like, do I want to put do I want to put anything else on it? I almost don't want to cover it up with a sentiment, but we could take a look at a couple of the sentiments and see what we think. Maybe keeping it like a little slim one might be fun. Happy retirement. I like that. Best wishes. I love having a happy retirement because, I'm kind of the age where I've got some friends retiring. Let's do that. It's nice to keep a stash of these at my work for obvious reasons. Then if I don't remember until the last minute or something, if it's someone I don't know well, you could put it up there if you wanted. I kind of like it still grounded down here. And I think I will put it on, let's grab a strip of lemon lime twist and see what we think. I am having a renewed love affair with lemon lime twist. I am so sorry. Oh no. I am so sorry, lemon lime twist, that I ignored you for a little while, but I'm back, baby. We are back together. All right, let's see here. Come on now. While I am thumbing through my scraps of paper, this would be a great time to give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and even share this video with your friends. I would appreciate that so much, and it helps me so much. And right now is a really fun time to share because some people might be watching from work, or you know what I mean. We might all be doing different things, and we might be catching different people available versus my normal weekly videos. So I appreciate you doing that so much. You know what? We might just stick, that's crushed curry. Is that crushed curry? I think it's Daffodil Delight. I'm just thinking it's so much darker. and lemon lolly. Yeah, let's just go with that. I am going to stamp it first and then just trim a strip of it because I don't want it to cover up too much of our scene, right? And I think this is kind of just like a bright, happy card, but I feel like it's good for male or female, you know, and good for any time of year. All right, let's get that daffodil out again. And so I'm loving the 3D embossing of this scenery. It would take you so much time to build piece by piece, but just throw it in the embossing folder. So easy. All right, let's see here. I am going to move these, take a little strip, and what is the measurement? Looks like it's 5/8. No, it's going to be 3/4. It's going to be 3/4, but then can I take a little bit more off the bottom? I can. I want it to be thin. Oh, gosh, I got that close. Oh, okay. So it's 5/8. If you're keeping track. And then, of course, we have some lemon lolly twine. Let's check it out. You know me. If a little is good, more is better. All right, so this is a carryover product. The Baker's Twine 3-color pack. Pool Party. No, Balmy Blue, Lemon Lolly, and Cajun Craze? No. You can tell me. I don't remember. Calypso Coral. There we go. And I would normally put this kind of thing on the left-hand side, but I didn't leave myself enough room. So, happy accident. It's going to be on the right-hand side. And I need something to weigh this down. Well, I did this last week on my Chopped. If you recall, I was playing Chopped really against myself. And so I did something similar where I wrapped a thin strip of cardstock. Okay, now I need this because I'm going to do my best to tie a knot in it. Yes, thank you, Holly. It was Calypso Coral. Lots of C's, and so sometimes the letter C. And so sometimes I get them confused. But in my head, I'm like, no, that's not right. Bringing in my tweezers here just for a little help. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot. And yeah, it would be impressive if I tied it into a knot, a bowline or something that was used on a ship, but that ain't happening. I'm sure they use a square knot on the ship, and so that's the best we're going to do. And I could have certainly given myself a longer tail to tie this with, but we're going to make it. We made it. Okay. It's like they were charging by the centimeter or something, Hardin. Come on. Okay, scissors. I need my surgical drawer. Okay, what's everybody doing this morning? Are you at work? Shh, don't tell anyone. I won't say a word. Oh, I need to trim that as well. I'm going to leave those scissors. Not good for twine. Those scissors are good for big pieces of paper. Okay, it's very good to always have a nice sharp pair of snips. If your snips aren't performing like they used to, throw a pair in your order. They're $11. And they're excellent. Okay. Then we're going to just put this under the ship. I am going to put it on dimensionals as well. Will a regular dimensional fit? I think it will. Regular dimensionals must be 1/2 inch wide. Okay, and then this is going to go over there. Happy retirement. I'm going to bring it over to the edge, okay, and try to put it down like that. Hey, that's really pretty. I love it. Okay, so just with a few little extra steps and cutting out the outside, look at what you can make. It's gorgeous. Okay, I am going to show you next. We're going to put the sunrise in Sunrise Sailing after a few words from our sponsor. Guess who our sponsor is? The Stamping Zoo, of course. Okay, everyone, let's see what's going on in the Stamping Zoo. There's a lot, FYI, okay? So, whoops, we got to start backwards, and I lost my screen. What in the world? One moment. Hopefully you're still there. Oh my gosh. I don't know. You know when you touch like one thing and then it's like, no, stop it. Okay, as I said at the beginning, you earn Stampin' Rewards of 10% on all orders over $20. That's $20 in product before tax and shipping, and they accumulate, and you will just see them in the upper right-hand corner once you log on to your Stampin' Up! Website. Please make sure that you choose me as your preferred demonstrator, or whomever is your preferred demonstrator. You might be your own demonstrator, getting the Great Starter Kit Special or the Great Demonstrator Special, but please check that. That will be in the upper left-hand side, and then in the upper right-hand side, it will keep track of your Stampin' Rewards. You can use them anytime for 1 year, and the system will take your oldest, it'll apply your oldest rewards first, okay? So you have the most time you can to use them. I love this for all of us. We all receive it. Please enjoy. Now, I'm going to keep this open today because it's been really popular, and so far on the website, the products are still available. So if you would like to join this online class, we worked with these products on Thursday night. Go back and watch that if you're interested. But this is my monthly online kit, Zoobilee Crafty Kit. You receive about $25 in product and supplies to make 5 cards and 1 project. When I design a project, if it's made for a certain treat or extra, I put the treat or the extra in your kit. You will craft along with me on your time with online video tutorials and or a written PDF. Now, to make the cards as I design them, you will want to add the Cheers and Sip bundle to your order, purchase it from yourself, or you can always use something from your stash that's completely different or very similar, right? You have 2 different ways to purchase this class. You can purchase it for 1 month only, or you can choose a month-to-month subscription. The month-to-month subscription is $4 cheaper per month, and you get a goodie bag if you decide to stay for 6 consecutive months. Now, given that, you could still sign up for the month-to-month subscription and you could cancel next month. It's totally fine with me, but the only danger is that you might decide to stay month after month, as most of my Zoobilee crafters do. Now, if you would like to add the bundle to your order of this class, or as part of a continuing subscription, I'm going to pay the shipping and tax on your bundle. You will not receive the Stampin' Rewards on this particular purchase of the bundle. However, I'm giving you, in my state at least, the equivalent of 17% off, and so it's definitely more than the rewards you would receive, okay? So you're still getting a great deal on that bundle, and this is such a fun, happy, and bright set of products. I can't wait to get them in your hands. You can find the link for that class and all of my classes, again, in the description of this video. That is old. This is what happens. Okay, I'm going to hold this open for a few more days too. This is a huge bonanza of a class. It takes 5 months, And at the end of that, you collect the vast majority of all of the in color, the new in color products, full sizes of them. That said, there are a couple of exceptions, and I'm sure I've forgotten one product or something that I decided not to add to this, but you can see what's included here. You basically pay for the cost of the product and shipping, and you receive all of that in a beautiful storage box and a vinyl zippered pouch, along with 4 card kits every month that will really feature that month's in color. So each month it's a surprise as to which color you'll be receiving. Okay, but when you open it, it's a beautiful display of all sorts of products in the same color. They're very pretty. I love sending them out. And then, as I said, you will get a handmade gift from me every month, and you will get 4 card kits with video and PDF tutorials as well. And in the 5th month, you can choose to have me send you a full pack of beautiful paper that features most of the in colors, or you can take a $12.50 product credit. Choice is up to you. Let's see, what else do I have in here? We know what's up with cloud cover. The starter kit. Oh my gosh, you guys, don't miss this. If you have a list that's nearing $99, and who doesn't, let's be honest, please take advantage of this starter kit. You get $165 in product for $99 plus tax. Then you get free shipping. Then you get a free paper pumpkin kit, a past kit, plus business supplies, whether you want to use them or not. They're available to you. It's probably about a $200 value on this starter kit. From there on, as long as you want, you can shop with at least a 20% discount. And when you join the Zoo crew, you'll be part of my team, and we do lots of things together, or you can do none of them. We definitely have a monthly team meeting with an optional class that I prepare and send out. I also have meetings at my house, but then I have people who are too far away, right? So we just bring everybody together either on Zoom or in person. And I would love for you to take a look at this, because it really is the best deal that Stampin' Up! Offers. And so why not take advantage of it? And if you enjoy this time with me online, feel free to join my team, because you know what? Everyone's welcome on my team. What else do we have? No. Okay. Stamp Camp, if you're going to be here in Boise, or if you live here in Boise, please join me on Saturday, May 17th. It begins at 10. Usually goes until about 1 o'clock. We make 4 cards using current Stampin' Up! Product. You get to use all of my supplies, all of my non-consumable equipment, all of my coloring tools, everything. It's really a try before you buy, right? And then the cost is $25, or it's free if you place a $30 order. And that is a $30 order of purchases, not using your Stampin' Rewards. So just so you know, I want to be as clear as possible, but it's only a $30 purchase. And then you get the class and the use of all of my supplies for free. So please think about that as well, because I'd love to meet you if you haven't come to class before, or if you are one of my regulars, then I'm glad to have you back. And if I haven't seen you for a while, then get back here. Oh, hey KZ, and thanks for sharing. She popped in before doing other things, and then she is sharing. So I appreciate that so much. Hello, Sue. Okay, let me bring back some of these panels, because they went wacky. There we go. I've got my comments. No, we don't need that. We're not interviewing. Okay, so before I left you, we had that card. We had this card. Ooh, so cute. And if I do say so myself, you know, and I promised you that we were going to put the sunrise into sunrise sailing, right? So I need to cut some paper, because guess what? There's never enough time. I always need 10 more minutes. And that is usually why I come on 3 or 4 minutes late, because I gotta ratchet that down. But I'm always like, I want to show them one more thing. And I was thinking about that today. I was like, you've got to just cool it. There has to be an end point. But my heart says no. I don't want an end point. Okay, let's cut this to 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, I'm taking a piece of basic white, regular weight. This part's important. We're going to do some ink blending. Ink blending works best. Ink and all ink applications works best on the regular white, the regular weight basic white. Basic white thick is for card bases. And while you can stamp on it, it takes ink differently. Ink definitely doesn't blend as well on it because it's for another purpose, right? It's to make really beautiful, standout, thick card bases. That's why we don't use basic white, regular weight for card bases, because they're flippity floppity. Okay, so it is called sunrise sailing. And so, of course, I thought, well, we need a sunrise. And so I liked, I'm getting that Daffodil Delight out again. Did I ever put it away? I don't know. Where are you? There it is. In my tub, all organized and ready to go. Okay. I like this. It will be in this order. Daffodil Delight, Timid Tiger, and Strawberry Slush. These are 2 of the new in colors. And so let's get used to them, right? Let's use them. Okay. I actually did. I made this ahead of time. I'm not going to show it to you. I don't like well, I'll show it to you after I'm finished because I don't like the proportions of it. It's too much sea and not enough sunrise. So the cool thing about it is it's paper. The card's totally acceptable. I just think it'd be better with more sunrise. Okay, so we are going to get that done. And the beautiful thing about this office, as I have it set up, is I get to look outside, but it's bad for recording. Okay, so as you can see, I'm taking some Daffodil Delight in one of our blending brushes and applying it. And then I really want to work it into the bristles a little bit. And there's millions of little soft bristles here. I don't want a harsh line when I bring this to the cardstock. So I'm really starting off of the cardstock, coming back on. Now when I'm working on the glass mat like this, as you can see, I don't waste any ink because I really have like a little palette over here to the left of me. Your palette probably be to the right of you, 75% of you at least, because I am a lefty. I love it about myself. It's just another little odd thing. You haven't noticed, I'm a little odd. But if you haven't noticed, maybe that means you're odd too. No, never. Not my beautiful stampers. Okay, this is pretty. You can work on it as much as you want, but I'm leaving it a little mottled because that is a sunrise, right? It's not totally smooth. It's smooth, but there are still variances. And also, we don't have an hour for me to smooth this out, practically speaking, as well as the ink will also smooth itself even more as it's drying. So don't you worry. It's going to look great. Let's bring that Timid Tiger. Timid Tiger is where? Non-timid tiger, right, is rah. So this is where. Okay, I wiped this off so I can use it for the orange. Okay, and I had another color orange on this. I probably used this for pumpkin pie earlier, whenever I used it last. So I keep blending brushes usually for like the main color groups, reds, oranges, yellows. If one gets too oversaturated, I either wash it or keep it for a certain color and then grab a new one. We sell these blending brushes in both this size and a mini size. I have both. I feel like they're both good for different uses. Oh, now I got that a little heavy there. I think I can cover it though with our strawberry slush. Okay, I don't want to overdo because I still want some of the yellow. Okay, I like it now. We can always bring it back if we want to. Okay, in fact, I'm going to leave my little palette right there. I'm going to start another one for strawberry slush. And so, how many stampers are with me? 7? My goodness. Well, that's on, at least on one platform. I don't know. 7. Lots of you didn't even know I was going live. I didn't know for sure about my work schedule till yesterday. So, yeah, it'll be a little surprise. Some of you are watching me on replay. In fact, most of you are watching me on replay. Isn't that true? So please say hello. I'm still waiting to talk to you too. Yes, I am. And I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, now that I have that laid down, the red, I'm going to come back in. I'm like, okay, it can take a little more orange. And then, where is that? I just die cut. I was just playing right at the very beginning. I played with basic white, but now I can kind of see like, okay, I like that. I kind of want more orange up in the red. The hardest part about using 3 different colors is to just make sure you use the right brush with the right ink. Okay? Okay, that's really pretty. And then, of course, since I can't quit, I'm going to bring the yellow back in now, kind of up over a lot of that because it is the lightest. So see, you can play with this for hours if you want. And I don't know, is it a sunrise or is it a sunset? We're going to say it's a sunrise because that's the name of the bundle. Okay, gorge. And now I am going to clean off my mat. Did you know this mat's for sale? It is $60. It comes with the mat, of course, a nice big chamois, and a silicone palette where you can hold inks or different types of embellishments, things like that. I'll just throw that over there for now. All right, it's our beautiful sunrise. Sorry, that's what I said. And now I want to cut some of those waves because these are really a versatile piece of the dies. And I want to take a moment to show you a little more about the paper I'm using for that. Now, can I find it? I cut some strips right before we went live, but then it kind of got crazy up in here. And, oh, there they are. Okay. And I put them right where I expected them to be. That's weird. Okay, we don't need all of these strips, but I want to have options. I cut some some 3/4 and some 1-inch strips. But these are special strips. They are pool party, but they are 2-toned cardstock. Okay, this comes in 12 by 12 now in all of our colors. And you can even buy combination packs of different groupings of them. And most of those coordinate with our different scrapbooking workshop kits. But let me show you where you can find the cardstock colors, the 2-tone cardstock colors. And also let me tell you, why would you want to use them? Well, we are going to use them right now for 3 or 4 different layers of waves, okay? And we want them to be different. Waves look different based on, of course, how far or how close they are to you. How much light they're picking up. I'm going back to the index. I should have showed you that in the first place. And so we've got all things here. We've got cards and envelopes, cardstock, designer series paper, blah, 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 specialty paper, two-tone cardstock, 12 by 12s. Okay. We have different packs, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can buy them. Remember I told you you can buy them in different assortment packs. So I'll show you one of those. Let's go to page 73 and then 137. Don't forget that. So on page 73, this is called Weekend Adventures. It is a brand new scrapbooking kit. But of course, while it's made for scrapbooking, card makers can use it too. I've showed you how to take the pieces and parts from a scrapbooking kit and use those for any number of 3D items, projects, etc. This particular one has a beautiful stamp set, again, sized a little bit larger, but still very usable for cards. And then here's the paper pack. Comes with a sticker sheet. Sorry, I don't know what I was trying to say there. And then look, you get all of these different colors of two-tone cardstock. So that's what this is showing you here, is like it's going to be darker and then lighter on the back. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 2 sheets of each, 12 sheets for $12. Incredible deal. Here's another one. See how these are rolling. I guess they probably are all with the scrapbooking kits. So look up about page 65 or so, and you will start to see those different combinations. I think it's a great way to start collecting the two-tone cardstocks. That's how I'm doing it, because right now I don't have physical room for 12 sheets of all the cardstocks. Okay, so now over here, you get 12 sheets for $10. So if you purchase a whole pack of the same color for one big project or whatever, you're going to get a little bit of a price break, okay? And it shows you all of the colors, and almost everything is new. Some of them they released earlier, right? So this is page 77. Kind of put a little marker there, because that's when you're going to want to refer to. These are very fun and very versatile. It's a way to get two different, slightly different colors with one product. And so you always want to take a look at that. In addition, there's a white core to this paper. And also, it takes embossing differently because of that. And that's also a really fun quality of the paper, okay? As far as weight, I don't know for certain what the weight is, but I would place it between cardstock and regular designer series paper. Just in using it, I've been using it since it came out, and I would say that's what it is. So I wouldn't use it as a standalone card layer, but I have used it in combination with like cardstock and then made a little fun fold component, and it's fine. It works. The weight is fine that way. Okay, so it just comes right in to with your regular supplies. It's not something that has to sit on the side for one use at all. And so let's just make some waves so that I can show you. Okay, I want to use the mini because it's nice thin. It also doesn't cut these dies. Don't cut off at the bottom. So you get to choose how wide or how small they are. I mean, you could put this on the top of a 4.5 sheet long piece of cardstock and it would still work just fine. Okay, so I am going to cut some of these with the dark piece and with the light piece. And while they will work when you flip them over both ways, they will look more smooth and finished if you do it this way, where you start with the different sides of the cardstock and then run the dies through the same way. I don't know if it's going to take this. It's really long. Let's see. I may have to move over to the standard. Yeah, I need to move over to the standard. This die is too long, And the tracks are having a hard time picking up all 3 of those layers. So that happens. Okay, I'm just moving over here to my standard cut and emboss. I'm sure, well, not sure, but I bet if you only have the mini and you were trying to run just one of those waves through, probably would work a lot better. I'm just trying to be, economical and run them all through. Why not? So let's do that. And then I make that. Okay, now I'll put my strips down. And I'll bring them back over to you just as soon as possible. One light, one dark. And these are a real gem. Like I was saying earlier, you could use these for any sort of grounding element, I think. I haven't yet because I haven't had the time. But they look like any sort of grounding element. So if you want to use notes and totes and make it like a beach scene with your tote there, I think this would be a fabulous way to use to make sand. Look at it. I mean, it's great. It would be just like, sand, and you could put some cardstock, crumb cake cardstock behind it or whatever. Also, I cut the tops of these very slim, but you could use, the negative part as well, right? Or you could use that for something. I don't know. You tell me. Okay, and so then I'm going to grab a couple larger pieces and we'll have those for an option. And we may mix and match. Okay. This is fun, in case you're wondering. Super fun. Now these I'm going to cut more in half so we have even more choices of waves. So we have these for choices. And then we have the actual die cut piece. I would call this like the discard. It's not really the discard. None of this has to be discarded. Now I am cutting them longer. First of all, you saw how long the dies are. That's so helpful because dies aren't going to be lined up symmetrical. But when you cut them like this, you can move them from left to right and make all sort of, random patterns, not a pattern, randomness. So they don't have to be like lined up because that is not how a wave looks. Okay, so let's take these pieces. Let me bring that little white, as I'm using this, I think it's good to keep a little white sailboat. Here we go. For kind of like for a template to, and especially if you're going to do a scene and you want to see like, okay, where do I want this placed? Now, as I said, the first one, I put too much ocean on it. It looked like it was more ocean than sunrise, and that's not what I was focusing on. So I'm just flicking out the negatives. And then why don't we bring in the different color? As I said, this is where you're really going to be able to see the different color. In fact, I'm comfortable enough with this. I am just going to put a layer of seal on this, and I can see about where I wanted to start it because I used my little white sailboat as the template, right? I'm going to run it this way to make sure it adheres. If you get some on your mat, it really just rolls off. You can clean it off with chamois if you want. I'm usually just lazy. And so, see this one cut kind of at an angle? No big deal because we're going to layer them. I did like this one, I believe, at the top. And so I'm using my mat, the grid line on my mat to try and get this even. And after that, it doesn't really matter. And I will be tucking the boat in underneath there a little bit because you don't want the boat to be sitting up here on the front. That's not very realistic. But the boat needs to be tucked in. See? Okay. Then we just need to decide what color boat. I want you guys to tell me. Again, the waves or the sunrise is Daffodil Delight, Crushed, Daffodil Delight, sorry, Timid Tiger, and Strawberry Slush. Do you want one of those colors or do you want another color? Which would you like? You know, right there, you can see the different tones of the two-tone cardstock. It's so pretty. Now I just have to decide, now what am I going to bring in? Let's bring in this one and go clear over here. Oops, not too far. And I want to see white cardstock back behind. So, there. And let's bring in a dark. We gets to have a dark. Now you could also ink blend on this two-tone cardstock and to give you, you know, even yet another look for your pool party. Okay, I need some, this is so thin that I need to put it on with some liquid glue. So, liquid glue. Okay, guess it's not going to be on the cardstock. It's not going to be on the white cardstock. It's really just sitting up on the wave, the next wave. And then how about this for the end? A little more substantial. Look at that. Whoa. That's kind of a cool look, isn't it? To have these, I mean, if you had a big enough envelope, that's a cool look. But we're going to trim it down. We're going to make a standard card size here. So we're going to trim these pieces off. You can keep them. I'm not going to, I'll be honest. I'll keep the little thin ones I've already done. And then look at this. We're building a scene. Check us out. We're building a sunset, a sunrise. Why do I want to say sunset? I'm a morning person. I like a sunrise. Okay, so did we decide on a color? Hello? Well, I'm going to have to decide for you. You might not like it. We could also do a whole silhouette where you have the sun, your ink blending, whatever you want to call it, and then you have black waves and a black sailboat. I might do that next. Okay, so see, this is what's going to happen. Speaking of sunrise, I think since we had the lighter color, I want a strawberry slush. I want a strawberry slush boat. Wouldn't that be gorgeous? So let me grab my bag of scraps because that's where I like to start. I'm sure I have something big enough for the boat. And of course I want to cut and emboss it at the same time because why wouldn't you? That's some rich. Oh, there's one. Like cutting into a half sheet. That's kind of rich. A little rich for my blood. How about a quarter sheet though? I can live with that. I can do it. Okay, and then of course I'm going to run it through the embossing folder. Now, if you just wanted to stamp it and then die cut it, you can do that too. I would still run it through the embossing folder because I'm addicted. But you don't have to. You do not have to do that. Okay. So if you are just joining us, we are working with a brand new online exclusive, not brand new to demonstrators, but brand new to all lovely customers. Okay. And so one final yacht, ship, I don't know, dinghy. No, not dinghy. It has more presence than a dinghy. Even I know that. I'm not a huge fan of sailboats. Too unpredictable. Unless it would be like some huge thing that had an actual captain. But the little like two-man stuff, no thanks. I've tried that before. And, you know, as I've said before, control is one of my love languages. So, a little freestanding boat when you're not in control of anything because it's in control. It's controlled by the wind. No. Okay, but you know what? I love to work with it on paper. That's the beauty of this. That's really pretty. Now remember, since I had the ink, since I had my brushes out, where are those things? Did I put them away already? Let me see. No, I did not. They're around here. I want to add a little bit of dimension to this simply by adding a little bit of color. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Oh, there's one. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so I'm just going to bring the ink back in and let's put this around the edge. You've got to be careful because this has already been die cut and there's a couple of really little delicate pieces, but I would support that with my finger like this. Yeah, you're going to get a little bit of strawberry slush on your nail, but who cares? It's beautiful. Make sure you don't rip off the mast. Okay, and then that gives you a little bit of dimension. Maybe it looks like it's sailing more because, you know, it has some shadow and some highlight. Can I use the sailboat die without the embossing folder? Absolutely. Yeah, it's saying like you could just stamp the, we'll do it at the very end, Trish. We'll do it right after this, okay? And so then we're going to tack this boat in there. I would love to put it up on dimensionals, but I don't think so. That's not going to work. But I will show you the first one I made, and I'm not going to ask you what you like better because I already like the proportions of this one so much better. I had to play more with the other one because I had a bunch of ocean to fill up. But that's okay because I'm going to use it as a learning experience. I did it, so you don't have to. Okay, so just put your nail underneath. You know, I wouldn't take it down too far, but we want to see some wave back behind it because those sailboats, and you could even put it up at an angle if you wanted. That's the part I don't like about sailboats. Look how cute this is. Fully centered. It's a real sunrise sailboat, isn't it? Okay, and let me double check. Is that the name of it? Since I've been sunrise sailing. It's sunrise sailing. And we're going to put this on a card base right now. Oh, it's so fun. I love it. Let's see about Lolly. I want to check it out. 1 minute here. I might like it on the Lolly. I put it on red. Yep. Oh my gosh. That's so gorgeous. Wait until you see this thing come alive. Look at it now. This is why creating different layers with mats of color and different cardstock colors. I want to say it's the most important thing. It's not the most important thing. It's more important than you think it is. So that's why sometimes I'm creating mats. They're only like an 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch around. It creates a difference. Okay, so this and then this. Look at it. Are you as amazed as I am? I think it's beautiful. Let's pop this up on dimensionals. We can pop the whole layer up on dimensionals. Where are they? You know, at this point in the video, as usual, I am like, we are all stacked up. And we also get to use some new in color flat pearls. These are all the new colors in one package. Now, if you're in my in color club, you're going to get one color of these every month. I'm not telling you which color is which month. That's a surprise. But that's how we do it. And so then at the end of 5 months, you've collected all the full-size products. But in the meantime, we get to know all of the colors and just have fun with color combinations. And then I teach a full class as well. Okay, I don't know where they are. I teach a full class that's just for you, right, as well. And we might do things like this. The first month is going to feature Feathered Friends. It's a standalone stamp set, but we'll use some different dies with it, and we might even shock and horror fussy cut. What? So this is going to be the first featured stamp set for the first month of In Color Club, and it's fun. I've already played with it, of course, just a little bit. Oh no. Guys, this might go off again. Just a minute. Quit calling me. You're trying to call me. The doctor's office, of course. Go to voicemail. Get out. Get out. Okay. Sorry, guys. Like, can you stop? But when I try to get a hold of them, they can get a hold of me, but I can't get a hold of them. That's from some... Oh, I know what that's from. It's from a show, Sex and the City. She can get a hold of me, but I can't get a hold of her. Okay, right before we finish, Trish, I am going to show you how you can use the dies without the embossing folder, because I've been really gaga about the embossing folder, haven't I? I can't help it. Now, we could have used Cloud Cover, one of the new colors for the sea as well. I am just trying to mix and match current things. Plus, I couldn't pre-order Cloud Cover, so the two-tone cardstock, so I don't have it. But I will soon enough. Of course, you can mix and match the colors. I should do more of that because I think it's super fun. Looks, it's like even more interesting. And so we shall. Check it out. Okay, do you want to see my first one? Don't judge too harshly. Look, I used way too much ocean. Yeah, look at it. It goes way up there. And then I was trying to fill this in, and so I put this here, and then not that it needs to be a realistic scene, but if you're going to put ships like this in different order and make it look like a scene, little boats are going to be in the back, big boats are going to be in the front. So anyway, it was all over the place. It's not horrible, but I like this so much better. And I love the lemon lolly. So let me get out the three that we have talked about, glimmer paper, and then I have a ship that's in this color ready to be used. Look at that. That's quite a different, whoops, let me move me. Let me move me back over to the corner. That's quite a different combination, isn't it? Of just the different ways you can use this. And I didn't even use the little boats yet because this is kind of a mini class, right? Because I'm going live so many times today. So here's the actual stamp. And you can definitely stamp this. Let me stamp it with Darling Duckling on Daffodil Delight. And then I think you can see, you'll probably be able to see the green. Darling Duckling's not necessarily green, but then you can see that it's a little bit more green than some of the other yellows. Oh yeah, you definitely can. Look at that, almost looks like a brown. So that's fun. We learned that. And then you simply just take the die and you cut it out, right? And so to get back to these dies, the one thing I will tell you about that card gone wrong. What did I do with it? My silly card with the proportions all weird. Apparently I didn't like it. Is for this little boat, just don't look at the design, but for this little boat, you cut out this, goes in the back, okay? And then this goes in the front. And I attached it with dimensionals, because that's what a ship's sail would really look like, more dimensional. Okay, and so I just put dimensionals, minis here and here, and then you just line it up with the mast, and that's how it works. You will see me use this a lot more. Might even do a class featuring the sunrise sailing because it has a lot of options. Lots of options in this one little bundle. Again, it is $165,497 to get the 10% off. Why not? You're going to get stamps and dies. I've already showed you just a few ways to use them, and I've mentioned even more. And I can't wait to stamp with you again in a couple of hours. When do I go live? Again, 11? I don't even know. Somebody needs to tell me. Not 11. I think 1. Okay, I have a little break this morning. So I'll see you back here at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. Until then, have fun with this. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you soon.